Hello everyone, I'm Great Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 312 of Factorio with the Z-Block mod. We have just been doing some improvements to our silver setup, because we were backed up on sulfuric wastewater. Hopefully we are better here now. We should be, I think, since these pipes are actually empty now. We're still producing a lot of barrels, but they are dropping. We're down to 1,000 wastewater barrels now. So yeah, it's moving forward. The output is still not great, but we didn't really expect it to be without proper beacons. We could just keep trying to optimize this. We're still low on some resources. Why are we backed up on one side but not on the other? Oh, because this side probably is filled up first. Yes, so that gets all the resources first. That makes sense. Is it a good thing though, or do we need to fix it? We could just put a balancer in here. But we should get more resources down here when these are backed up anyway, so... And these are running, so it's just a matter of more resources needed. These are basically beaconed as much as possible. And we are full on the input for those. So we can't really do any more for that, I guess. Unless we put beacons on the outside. Let's do that. So be better if we didn't have productivity modules, but at least I think so. Crafting speed 4 with 100% productivity, obviously. So that is 4 crafts per second. With this in it, it's 3.6 crafts per second, but we will output 7% more. That doesn't sound like a good thing. So let's just remove these. Then we will use a little bit more of the input, but that's fine. It's what it's here for anyway. It's really just power and water. I want a better way to do this. I think there are some mods that manage modules for you, but yeah, let's not go there right now. We could have just removed the machines. That would probably have been faster. Okay, we're good on robots. This should produce a little bit faster. And yes, this doesn't really need to produce faster since we already are full on mineral sludge. We're actually clarifying it, which is a little bit stupid, but it's because we're trying to make more sulfuric wastewater, and I'm not gonna change anything about that. Our slag is doing fine, we are consuming all of it. So if we needed all of this to work faster, we would need more slag anyway. Good to know. We're just gonna call it good. Honestly, we don't need that much, I don't think, at least. We probably have already used all of the silver again. Yep. But then we have 57,000 plus 22,000 transistors now. Okay, let's just be happy about it. Where did I put the plane? Ooh, yeah. If we at some point fill these up with 2000, which we're pretty close to, we will also get more played out until the silver ore plane comes and takes some away, of course. We're good here. The next step of the plan is to remove this and this. Let's just keep this, because we keep remaking it all the time. This is done. This is done. So now we should be able to make red circuits. And we need a bunch of machines for that, but that's pretty fine. Oh, it should be fine. We need to cut this as well. That's probably okay. I guess we'll just... No, not that. Cut it from coil. Yeah, we can just have 2 machines at the end filling up a belt. This comes in. We will need to unbarrel that, I believe. I don't want to have pipes running through this, even if it's somewhat low amounts. Because if we need to scale this to 120 at some point, then we also need 1200 of this. Okay. So this in by train and by robot, that's fine. This in by train. We need belts for that. Unless we do it by robot. 2 belts of that, 2 belts of that, 2 belts of that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 solid inputs. Is that right? That's a lot of stuff. We probably can't make this too small, because then we don't have the space for the belts for it. But let's get to making a design for it. I'm just gonna take this and make it down here somewhere, and then make the other stuff next to it for now. Just because I think they will be somewhat similar. But let's pin this. Do we want to maybe just cut this down to 15 per second for a production block? I mean, this is a lot of belts of input. 8 belts for these, 8 belts for those. So if we just imagine that 4 belts of transistors there, 4 belts of electronic components, then another 4 belts of electronic components and transistors. Then we need a belt of green. Four belts of aluminium. We need to make this, by the way. Somehow put that directly in. Can we manage that? I'm not sure, but let's just say 1 or 2 belts for copper. A belt of solder for each side. Belt of these phenolic boards for each side. Another 2 belts of copper. Did I do tin? I don't think so. So that's all the belts we need to make 30 of these per second. Now if we upgrade the belts, obviously we would be doing a lot better. Just want to see if we have purple belts in good enough amounts. We haven't even started making them. I think I want to do that, just so we can halve the amount of belts for this. We might still go down to 15 for production, but we'll see. We can make purple belt, right? Yes, we should be able to. It might be slow, but that's okay. It's probably mainly purple underground that we need. But if we need to fill a full purple belt with any of these resources, it would also be nice if they got out of the train station on purple belt. Especially this stuff, because 8 belts out of the train station for this. We're only outputting on 4 belts at the moment. So we would need 4 full purple belts just to make 30 of these per second. So that's a full train station to make 30 per second. Maybe 30 per second is just way too much. We need it for blue, that's fine. We need it for science stuff. At the moment we're really just using them for blue and then for machines, of course. But we will be picking up science again when we get to yellow science. That's not just normal red science, right? When do we learn to make that? Or am I wrong? Is it? It is just normal red science. Right? No. Oh well. We'll look into that when we get yellow science and get some research stuff. For now, I wanted purple stuff. Unless I don't, but I do. I want more. Problem is that we are outputting from these stations with loaders, and I do not have purple loaders, so I should really get another loader mod, because there is no purple loaders in this mod. No, we only go to blue. Could we modify it to output from 2 red loaders? Yes, we could. That would be better. That would make a full purple belt. So we can start with that, and then I can see if I can remember to look into other loader mods. I know there's another one that just has a 1-tile loader. I just think that's a little bit OP, but I mean, I am doing a lot of stupid stuff that's OP anyway, so it is what it is. Okay. Let's just reimagine this with purple belts. So 60 per second belts. Belt. That is 60 per second, right? Yes. But then we would end up wanting to mix belts, I think. Let's just see if we just assume we don't mix anything. A belt of green. And this is still thinking that we need to do a mirrored setup, so we will have 2 belts of green, I guess. 2 belts of aluminium. 2 belts of copper for this. 4 belts of basic electronic components, 4 belts of transistors, 2 belts. No, wait, those are directly inserted. Some belts for solder. Belts for phenolic boards, belts for this copper. But they can actually be reused if we have 2 belts of this anyway. So we need the copper to both go in there and in here. from the same line. That's fine. Tin. And that's it then. Still white, but doesn't matter. We probably need a lot of space to actually do direct insertion of these things anyway. So let's start looking into what we can do here. This almost looks like 2 of these to 1 of these. So 80 to 160. We could also just do 134 to 134. Is that less machines? It probably is. And let's just have a look. This into this into this. And this needs fluid in, of course. So we need to unbarrel that somewhere. Transfer. So that's those 3 taken care of, basically. Except for the inputs, of course. This will be on a belt. This needs direct insertion to there as well. This needs the cover. This needs cover as well. So we will put the 2 copper consumers right next to each other. This there. Make a red circle here. This is not right. You put there. And this puts here. And this still takes from there. So this goes to that. This goes to that. This goes to that. Yes. We need 3 different things in here. 1 in there, 4 in here, and 4 in there. This is gonna be a mess. 2 from belts only though. But 3 from belts here. 3 from belts here. We need more space in between these if we want to do this. So 3 tiles for this. Can we redo that? No. Is there no redo button? Controls. Redo? No. Undo. So in tools. Undo. But no redo. Just needed this in there. Okay. And I just want this closer to this so we can see the belts and stuff. Because then we can start putting stuff on the belts. And maybe that's a good idea, maybe not. This only need 1 input, so they have 4 belts for themselves. This needs 1 of... Wait. No, they share 3 belts, okay. So that's good. This will be cover then. We'll see. This needs 3 more belts. These two do not share anything, and this needs 3 more belts. And why do I have an extra belt? 3 inputs here. One of those is shared with this. So that's those 3. 3 inputs here. And 3 new inputs here. So I might have just made 1 belt too many. Who knows? Okay. And we still need to unbarrel some stuff in here. But I'm thinking we just have 1 unbarreling thing for the whole row, because it is only 150. So we're not gonna build that into anything, we're just gonna have it out here somewhere. Preferably. Could move all of this over then. Probably. Just to save a little bit of space. And I was thinking we will do something like this. Or we should do purple. So input for this comes from up here. Same for this. Copper here. Phenolic boards and tin. I just want to have those put down on the belt, because otherwise I can't keep track of it all. Where are the infinite loaders? Not there. I have dropped them, I think. Good. Over here. And phenolic boards and tin really doesn't matter which order we do them in. We could also try to mix their belts. But it probably doesn't matter. Let's just keep that in mind, we can mix belts. Phenolic boards up here. I'm not sure if this is allowed to be here, but let's put it there to begin with. And let's get some power in. This will also need barrels and stuff. Actually, let's just put this here and do infinite stuff of, what's it called? Dang it, I can't remember. Ferric chloride. No, just ferric. Yeah, canisters. Always have 10 of those. Power. One canisterite. One there. Should have just done. We should have just done an infinite pipe instead. Let's just do that actually. Keep that, but take this for junk. I still have that, I'm not sure. You go in there. We use an infinite pipe. Ferric chloride, thank you. So we're making boards, and we're making this. This could just stay there for real. But I'm just gonna keep them separated to begin with. Right, so we need more things in. These are for this. So we need solder. And we need to cut the solder, but we'll get there. So actually I think I want the solder out here. Solder. Here. Somehow a full belt of those. A full belt of transistors. Wait. We need 2 full belts of transistors. That's why I had extra belts. And 2 full belts of this. For 120 of each for both sides. Right? I think so. You go there. So these 3 are still just for these 2 machines, and that's fine. We need 4 belts just for this. We need 5 belts just for that. Transistors first. And basic stuff. But I probably want them right next to each other. This needs to move. Or 2 of these. I think I want this in the middle though. So we have 5 things that goes in here. And we are just taking from all 5 belts, right? Or should we only take from 1 of each of these things? It'll be easier to balance if we just take from everything. So this is a little bit out of the way at the moment. We can still reach it. Can move it out 1 more tile for this still. Still reaches, and we just need 1, 2, just 2 belts in. And honestly, this can just stay here if we wanted to. But let's see. So, aluminium. And green circuits. Oh, and we need an output from this. Any chance we can just move this in? Yes. This should just be able to go there and there. Good. So this can actually move in now, right? And then we can have an output. That is somewhat balanced. Just need 80 of those. Wait, this is slow. Oh yeah, because we needed more of those. We need 134 of this. Of course, if we put some of these in. This stuff is what needs to be sped up most, so this should be okay, even though this is not hit by anything other than this. Should be allowed to just put it here as well. And you output to the far side. Now, it's not going to be easy to beacon these up to begin with low tier beacons. So we're just not going to produce as many red circuits in the beginning. But then again, we're not really expecting to produce all of the needed, the required inputs for this in that amount anyway. So I'm okay with that. Now, if we expect to just affect these with, let's say, 6 beacons each, is these all 6 hit? Will that always be the case though, because this is on the edges? Well, these hit everything, so probably more like 7. And if we take this, it will always be 8 actually, plus extra. So these always hit by 8. Let's just put that in here. I don't care about this, that's overscaled anyway. But we actually get rid of that somehow. Not really. Could try and do something in the middle here, but I'm not going to. This is fine, this is fine. This, if we just say 8 with 2 of those in. We only need 21. That's awesome. And the same thing here. 8. And same thing here, 8. We will have a lot less of these. How many do we need to actually hit it? 4. Then we need 22. They should only ever be hit by 3, I believe. This row is only hit by 3, yes. So then this might become the bottleneck here. 26. But can't we do something like this? And And that's a 47% productivity increase, and we only lose a little bit of speed, I think. Can we also do that here? Yes. And there. 47% productivity increase. That should save us a lot of these. I just want to see that if higher tier electronics assembling machines can do even better. There are a lot of... Oh, 6 as opposed to 4. This just looks like there's only 4 or 2 beacons, 2 modules, if I could just think of the words in these. But we can get up to 72% productivity. That means we still need more than a belt of each of those. But if we just calculate for this stuff, let's try adding some of these in there. Then we're down to 22. Weren't these at 21 before? How did they get further down? But yeah, we see these drop now. What if we then put some of these in there as well? Then we're actually down to 2 belts. When we get high tier modules at least. I'm not sure if we want to design for that, really. This would be awesome if we could do it. What if these were instead just tier 3 or module 2s? We are above 2 belts again. We could go for something like this and call it very late game stuff. And it is probably very late game that we need a lot of these. I just don't want to do the biter and puffer farming needed for it right now, and the crystal stuff, polishing and so on. But we'll see. Oh, these went down because we needed less input, of course, because of the productivity modules. I'm smart like that. I think we can assume that we will get here sometime. And if we assume that we need a lot less input, and if we need a lot less input, we can make it a bit smaller. And if we make it a bit smaller, we can just fit in more builds to produce more at the beginning, even though we don't have all the beacons and all the modules anyway. But I just want to see this run a lot faster first. So 22 of these, well, half of that I guess here. So 11, but we're probably going to 12, 10, 12. And then we take this, put there, remove these, save, mirror. Put here. Take this, rotate. Oh, and the fluids are of course off here. That's annoying. They could also just output onto one belt instead of sharing it if we do this. Or have they having their own, I mean. So let's just keep that in mind. But we will end up with something like this. We just need to fix the fluid input. And I mean, we could just take the input from down here on this side. And we just do this. Yes, we can. So then we take this and just drag. Good. And we take this and mirror. That's luckily allowed. Good. What do higher tier electronics assembling machines cost? Yeah, I have them actually. And it's just, well, it's blue circuits, which is really the worst thing about it, but I think we had a place where we can do that. So if we do this with purple, 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 why don't I just do something like apply to this production block? And apply 2 more of those to this production block. Then we only need 81 of these per second. And if we then... Are we here? Yes. What if we did module 2s then? For both of these? We can actually get away with 2 belts of this as well. So we do want to get module 2s in these. Good to know. I am just gonna apply that to the whole block. And we are good. Now we only need 14 of these. I'm still gonna do at least 16. Probably 20. Don't really believe in our ability to fill up a belt with the minimum amount of machines needed. So this should be 20 machines in here. Yes. Good. And we should upgrade those. Can we do that in an easy way? Not really. Take these and make into these. All the way around. Yeah. So, if we remove that and that, actually let's wait this. When I did this and expected there to be an undo or a redo, shouldn't it just be this? Oh no, I did this and then undid it, and then I wanted to redo it. We can't just undo that. Never mind. What did I undo now, by the way? I'm not sure. But let's just keep the integrity of this and then work on it over here. And remove some of this and this. I think it's just easier to do And wait, what? That's not easier to do. Maybe this. I'm gonna do this though, but we need to remove those inserts as well. So that, and that, and that, and that. Good. Oh, we have a belt here that's slowing us down. Okay, much better. Why did we not upgrade all of these machines? Oh, that's what I undid. Okay. Everything makes sense. So we're not inputting because we're blocked. Okay, that makes sense. These are not making much up here because they can't get anything. So the belt is already empty at that point. Can we move stuff closer together now? Yes, we can. I'm gonna start on this side though. I should just be able to take all of this and move in one tile. Let's do that. Then we should also be able to take all of this and move in one tile, right? At least if we do this all the way up. We should do this one as well. And now I want to remove all of those modules again, but oh well. If we move this one tile, it should be fine. If we move this one, one tile, then it should be fine still. We don't need to move this. Then we don't need to move this, and then we don't need to move this, but maybe we should do it anyway. So we're back here. Input, input, input. Input, 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 input. Output. And we still want to do this on one belt, I think, just to save the belt. And a red belt should be enough in this case. So we will output to here. And we're just doing that to the far side here, and then we'll do it to the other far side from over here. That should be fine. And we maybe power everything with one power pole, not tier 2, but could upgrade. But I don't want to. We're just using extra poles. It's fine. It doesn't look bad in my eyes, so no worries. We needed 14. I was talking about 20 still. So we need 10 on one side. It's this. Then we need to take all of that and replace that one. Get. Actually, we can do this. That's nice. And get these out of the way. Can't really do that. Use this G, rotate, put here. Okay, if we just take that then and remove all of this. And maybe just move this in close here again. And then take this. We have 20 machines making red circuits, yes. Oh, and now that we mirrored stuff, this is wrong again. That's right. Why does it not want us? Oh, we're not allowed to paste infinite loaders thingies. Infinity loaders onto an infinity loader for whatever reason. That's weird. Okay. Maybe we just want less of these and a longer setup instead. As then it works better at the beginning as well. That'd be nice. Yes, it would. $28. 36. 40. Yep. Now, how many beacons do we need for that then? Because we're still affecting everything with 3 beacons, is that enough? To only need 40 of these. Three. Oh, we only have 3 for those still. What if we do the same thing here? That is not the worst thing in the world. Let's do this for the whole thing. No, not that. This. So, a change from 8 to 3. Well, this wasn't changed. That was always 3. That's why. Okay. What if we did 0? Just out of curiosity. 150. Yeah, okay. 1. 36. So we can actually do that with tier 1. No, we can't. Well, with tier 1 beacons, yes, but not with tier 1 modules or tier 0 modules. But we are almost halfway there, so I'm pretty happy about this. Then we can put these right against each other if we want to. Yep. We don't get anything from combining these belts, right? There's absolutely no reason. I don't think so, no. Because this is still just the white part now. Good. And I like this setup. It's pretty and dense and everything. Could you maybe save a little bit of space? I'm sure you could, but I don't see a reason to. Now, it is only really these 2 belts that are supposed to be purple, right? Don't need a lot of this, we don't need a lot of soda, we don't need a lot of this. We can't do this with red belts. We can do it with 2 blue if we wanted to, but maybe we just keep it as purple. And this is just red as well. So let's try and use as little purple as possible. These stay, this stays, this doesn't stay. That stays, this doesn't stay. So 6 purple belts. 2 or 6, yes. Let's just do that here as well. No, not there. Good. And then we can replicate that a couple of times. Anything else we need to change? I don't think so. We're good on the balancing. Hopefully we're fine on the input, or we should. It's not fast recipes really. We can't just drag this, unfortunately. Wait, we can, because there is no balancing. None of these balances ever anything, right? No. So we should have a setup that is trackable. How many is that? 40. Exactly right. Good. This should work just as well. We should soon see all of the belts start tagging up. And I just want to see that before I do anything else. And I just needed to get all the way down. The red belts are still slow, obviously, but they are coming. but being emptied along the way. Come on. Sada? No. What is this? Copper? Am I wrong about... This is still less than 60, right? 41.2 plus 18 is not more than 60. It is basically exactly 60. So we should be good. But it should also mean that we barely get anything all the way to the end. Especially if we already have enough machines to consume it all. But I'm guessing we are just filling up some stuff down here before it gets any further. So if we're consuming 60 of this, it's fine anyway. We should be good. Should be, but not necessarily. But I believe in this. Can't really... Wait, this should be a full build at some point, right? 30 per second, that is what we have done it for. Or scaled it for. Designed it for, whatever you want to call it. Don't have input problems down here, right? No, we just have production problems. That's good. Of course, this is only with modules included. Okay. Never mind, we're using more copper then. But it's still the build I want to do. So we just need this. I say just. It's 160 purple electronic assembling machines. Can we just get rid of these two, please? Good. No, don't do that. I am not allowed to have this much in my inventory, apparently. I do usually just copy this stuff, so there's no reason to have that much anyway. I'm just gonna clean up here. So I picked that up. Good. We have a blueprint here, yes. Good. We need some more stuff for that. Mainly these. If we could just start storing 200 of those, that would be great. We need, was it 500 inserters? 520 inserters, yes. 240 purple underground. And some purple belt that we haven't gotten in this. Oh, we also need the cutting of solder and stuff. Where did the solder go? Dang it. In here. This is removed. This is removed. And then we get copper coil in, or solder coil in instead. Don't really need a lot of it, but still. And how do we want to do this? I think I would rather overbuild a little bit here than try to put a lot of inserters on it. So take from there and there. Got it up. Up there and there. Now this build is not full, but it doesn't need to be. So I think this is fine. Don't really need that. Okay. Then we need unbarreling of this stuff. So I would like some more space out here, if possible. We do this. We should be fine, right? Ferric, chloride, empty. 400 or something. We don't really need full throughput here. I need power. Something like that. And then we need robot coverage for these. And that's fine. Actually, just do that maybe. Maybe even this, if we don't need beacons further down here, I don't know. And that goes here, I guess. That should be our full build then, I hope. Otherwise we'll just fix it again, of course. Good. Purple stuff. Purple this. Purple this. We needed 240. What can I get rid of? We start using purple stuff. We probably don't need a lot of blue, but we'll see. We need this to make the outpost. Don't need this. I still need more purple underground, I think. We do have 250, but we need some to go under other builds as well. And purple of these. 170, that should be fine. Good. I think we are ready to build a new outpost. And we'll do that down here. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.